Hi and welcome to Homeworks. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a keto-friendly chicken cordon bleu casserole. It has no breading on it, but it has plenty of flavor. So, let's get started. So our recipe today is going to call for several ingredients, but don't worry, it's fairly easy to do. First thing we're going to need is about 4 pounds of chicken. You want to shred this up. I usually just get a rotisserie chicken from the grocery store. It's much easier to shred when it's nice and hot. But you can buy a whole chicken or, chicken breast or tenders, however you want to do it. You just need to know that you need about 4 pounds of chicken. You're going to need anywhere from 6 to 12 ounces of diced ham, depending on how much ham you like with your chicken cordon bleu. I happen to like it a little more ham than the average person. So I'm going to run with about 2 cups of ham. You're going to need 6 ounces of cream cheese, and you want it to be softened, very soft, because we need to blend that in. You're going to want 4 ounces of melted butter, half a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of lemon juice, and a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. You're also going to need some Swiss cheese slices. These are to go on top to cover everything, just like you would do on a normal chicken cordon bleu. So let's go ahead and get things mixed together. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mix together my ham and my chicken, just so when I lay it into my casserole dish, it's nice and blended, and when I put the sauce on it, I'm not dragging ham into clumps and piles. So we'll go ahead and get this in there. There's our chicken, our ham in there. I'm just going to stir that together. Make sure it's well combined, or as well as you can get it under the circumstances. Shredded chicken and cubed ham probably doesn't mix exactly finite, but you can get it to mix fairly well. Alright, so we got that going. Just want to put that into my casserole dish now. There we go. Alright, and you can use a 9 by 13 unless your dish is a little smaller but has high sides on it like mine does. It tends to work pretty well. Your sauce isn't going to be real thick layer on the top, so you're okay with that. Now, we've got that ready to go. Before we start mixing all this together, we want to go ahead and preheat our oven to 350 degrees. So let me get that started. Alright, so we're going to take our smaller bowl and we're going to mix in all of our other ingredients. Let's go ahead and get those in here. Butter in. Just scrape off my spatula on the side there just so I can get as much of that off of there as I can. Get it sticking on my spatula because we're only going to use it just a little bit. Put in our salt. Get our blender ready. Lemon juice. Just dump that in here. And a tablespoon of mustard. And I'm sure you can substitute yellow mustard. It's just a little bit of a different flavor profile than what your Dijon would have. But I like the flavor of the Dijon on it. Okay, so we've got that ready to go. We're going to go ahead and take our hand mixer. The beater doesn't fall out. And we're going to go ahead and blend that until we get a thick sauce. got our thick sauce now, so we're going to go ahead and spread that over top of our chicken and ham. And get a nice layer on here, not too thick, it'll make it go a long ways. And just like that, just a nice coating. Think of it as bread in your toast. Not too much butter, but just enough. Alright. Now all we're going to do is take our cheese slices and we're going to layer it over top of our sauce inside of our dish. And you can buy block Swiss and go ahead and slice it yourself. I just prefer to buy the pre-made slices. I just find it's a little bit easier to deal with. There we go. Alright, so we're going to put this in the oven, and we want to put it in there for about 30 to 40 minutes. You can kind of gauge by how well the cheese on top is melted. And about the last 2 minutes, you want to turn it up to about 400 degrees just to let the top cheese brown a little bit. If you don't like your cheese brown, then by all means just take it out at that point. So let's go ahead, we're going to pop it in the oven, and as soon as it's done, we'll bring it up. You'll be able to see what it looks like. Okay, our casserole is all done. Mine, I just like a little bit of browning around the outside, not very much. So let's go ahead and get a nice scoop of this out of here. Love that stringy cheese. There we are. Casserole, chicken cordon bleu, and keto friendly to boot. Tastes just like it. Well, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope I've given you something that you can make that's fairly quick and not very difficult and definitely very tasty.